by every measure that's supposed to matter, I was successful. Revenue was up, clients were happy. The business looked from the outside exactly like something to be proud of. And I felt trapped. Nobody tells you that's possible, that you can hit the numbers and still feel the walls closing in. I want to tell you why that happens. Stay until the end, because the gap between success and freedom isn't something most operators ever name. They just feel it, quietly, persistently, and assume more success will eventually close the gap. It won't. Here's what actually does. I remember the exact moment I understood the gap. I was at dinner, a good year financially. Someone asked me what I was going to do to celebrate hitting the number we'd hit, and I genuinely couldn't answer. Not because I hadn't thought about it, because the honest answer was nothing. I was going to keep doing exactly what I'd been doing. The number had changed, nothing else had. Same hours, same interruptions, same feeling of never quite being off. I had built a more successful version of the exact same trap. More revenue flowing through the same lack of structure, more clients depending on the same lack of systems, more weight on a foundation that was never reinforced to hold more weight. Success hadn't freed me, it had given the trap better numbers. If you've ever hit a goal and felt strangely nothing, or worse, felt more trapped than before, subscribe right now. That feeling isn't ingratitude, it's data. And here's what it's telling you. Here's the mechanism nobody explains. Revenue and freedom are not the same axis. You can move one without moving the other at all. Revenue measures what the business produces. Freedom measures what the business requires from you to keep producing it. Most operators only track the first number. Revenue went up, clients went up, team went up. And they assume freedom is just trailing behind, waiting to catch up eventually. It's not trailing behind. It's not moving at all. Because nothing about more revenue automatically reduces what's required of you personally. If anything, growth without infrastructure increases what's required of you. More clients means more decisions. More team means more management. More complexity means more of you, stretched across more of it. The business got bigger. The trap got bigger with it. That's why success doesn't automatically feel like freedom. They were never the same thing to begin with. Freedom doesn't move because revenue moves. Freedom moves when dependency on you decreases. That's the only lever, not a bigger number. Less of the business running through your personal bandwidth. I started tracking a different metric after that dinner. Not revenue per month, decisions per week that required me specifically. The first month I counted, it was over 40. 40 decisions that could only be made by going through me. I started building systems specifically to lower that number. Not to grow revenue, to lower the count. 6 months later, it was under 15. Revenue in that same period actually grew, not because I worked harder, because the business finally had room to grow without all of it landing on me. That's when success started to feel like something. Not because the number got bigger, because the number of things that needed me got smaller. Here's what I want you to track this week, not revenue. You already tracked that. Count the decisions that came through you specifically. Everyone, for 7 days. That number is your real freedom metric. Not the one on your bank statement, the one on your calendar. If it's high, that's not a sign you're needed. It's a sign of what to build next. The full framework is free at patricksystems.com. It's built around exactly this, reducing what depends on you, not just growing what the business produces. patricksystems.com, And if success has ever felt quieter than you expected, subscribe. One honest story every week, about the gap between the numbers and how it actually feels. See you next week.